Hello everyone. All right, today we're going to start weaving and we need to get our weaving loom prepped and ready. So we're going to be making the weft. The weft is the strands that you're going to weave over and under. Okay, so what you need is your weaving loom. It's a cardboard loom. Everybody will get one. And then you're going to need a piece of tape and pick out a color of yarn. Today I'm going to use white so that you guys can see it. You don't see a lot of this yarn, but you do see some of it during your weaving. So pick a color that you don't mind that you're going to see it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape my thread. I call this the tail, the end of the yarn. I always call it a tail. Tape it down onto your weaving loom and then grab a Sharpie and write your name, okay? So let me do that. Then, all right, there are different ways to create a weaving loom, and you may have done it differently in the past, but I'm going to have you guys do it a really simple way, and it creates a lot of extra string at the end of this project, which we're actually going to use for our project. So there are different ways to do it. If you've made a weaving loom before, and you've done it a different way, it's not wrong. It's just that I want it this way for the particular thing that we're making, okay? So I'm gonna take my yarn, and there's these little notches at the top, little slits in your weaving loom. I'm gonna put it into the one that's the closest to the edge. So I put it into that notch, and I just kind of pull the yarn down in the back nice and tight, okay? Then I'm gonna go all the way down. Where my name is going to be the back of my weaving loom, and this is going to be the front. So when I flip it over, I go all the way down, and now if I did the notch at the top, that's way over on the right side, then I have to do the notch that matches it, that's at the bottom, the farthest one on the right side. Okay, so it's straight up and down. It doesn't go diagonally across your loom. It should go this notch down to this notch, so the same, okay? Now, we're gonna skip a notch because these are really close together. The way that they make them when I order them, they're just, the little notches are so close, and it's really hard to weave and go over under. So we're gonna do every other one. So watch what I mean by that. Take your yarn, you just went into the bottom notch. You're gonna go around the back, so now I'm on the back because my name is right there, and I'm gonna skip. There's a notch, can you guys see it? There's a notch right there, but I'm gonna go into that one. So I'm going into the third notch, or the slit, if you wanna call it that. So I get it in there nice and tight, and I'm not pulling so tight that it's making the board bend, but I need it to be pretty tight, okay? Now I flip it over to the front, and I went into the third notch on the right, so now I have to go straight down and find the third notch on the bottom and put my yarn in there and pull it nice and tight, okay? Not too tight. It shouldn't hurt to pull it that tight, but you don't want it to be all loose. Like, let me make it too loose. If it's like this, you need to pull it so it's nice and straight, okay? And I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna turn it over. Now I'm on the back. I skip a notch on the top, because remember we were doing every other one. I skip that one. I go into this one. Then I'm gonna flip it over, so now I'm on the front. I go to the bottom. I'm gonna skip that notch and go to the next one. There, I put it in like that. And you're just gonna keep going. Flip it over again, skip that little slit, go into this one, and now I'm on the front. The back, as you can see, let's look at this for a minute. The back, these yarns going up and down, they are crooked, but it doesn't matter because this is the back with our name on. The part that matters that's straight up and down is the front, and the front will be straight up and down, okay? As long as you're doing the same notch on the top and on the bottom. So let me go down to the bottom, skip this notch, go in here, I bring it around the back, I'm gonna go, let's see. Oh, I almost skipped 2. Be careful. Really look at it and take your time. There's 1. Go into this one. Put it in there. Go down to the bottom. Skip a notch. Put it in the slit. You're gonna keep going around and around. You skip 1. Skip 1 on the bottom. And I'm just bringing it around the back. Let's see, put it in that one. Can you see that I'm skipping 1? And they should look equal. If all of a sudden you're like, whoa, one of your threads is really wide like that, you probably skipped 2 notches or 2 slits. Okay, skip another one at the top. Oh, if it's not in the notch, make sure you get it in there because we don't want these to fall out. These are important. The weft is really important part of our weaving. It's like the base of our project. We need it to be done correctly. Okay, like that. And then we are only going to be weaving into the front of our loom. So that's why I'm not concerned about the back being crooked like that and having tape with my name on it and stuff. We're just going to be weaving on this side. Let me skip 1, go into the next one, and I'm almost there. Let's see if we have enough notches. Skip that one, go down to the bottom, and now, oh, look it worked out. I can do 1 more. If you end and you're like, well, I don't have enough, then just end it, okay? But I have a notch at the end. That works. So now it's complete. It's done. They all look equal. They're all nice and tight, but not too tight, okay? The back has my name on it, like that. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another piece of tape and I am going to cut, let me grab my scissors. Just gonna cut it like that. And I'm gonna tape this end too onto the back of my loom. And I actually, did you see how I just taped over some other threads? It doesn't matter. I just am really concerned about keeping that one nice and tight and down. Okay, so this is how we're going to make our weaving loom. When this is done, then we will start actually learning how to weave. But let's just focus on this for right now, and then we'll go on to the next part.